Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Heroes of the Mist. Thank you so much for tuning in for your weekly dose of spooky shenanigans in the sunshiny state of Barovia, or, at least the mist-filled state of Barovia. My name is Alex Thomas, and as always, I'll be your humble dungeon master. I'm very excited to be here. I didn't have Twitch muted, so it was echoing back my words, so it threw me off. As you guys could see, we are down one player this week. Beetlejaw will not be tuning in to join us. But we do have a wonderful guest star stepping in. This is Kat Baranov. If you want to introduce yourself real quick, Kat.
I'm Kat.
What
else do I say?
Just
Anything
a little bit
you
about,
want.
whatever you want about yourself.
Okay, I have only ever played games with Alex. So this is sort of new, but also still a game with Alex. So I'm really excited for this new experience.
It's going to be a wild and crazy night. I'm very excited. Announcement-wise, we're a little light on announcements. I will say that we did have a wonderful day yesterday at the Book Loft in Columbus. We sold all of the books that they had in stock of The Magician's Sin, so that was awesome. And I want to say a special thank you to our sponsor, Roll20, for allowing us to play with all their toys on their platform, and our sponsor, Metallic Dice Games, who have been wonderfully supportive of the show. We do have a special discount code, Geek Nation, that you can use to get 20% off of anything at their store, so please go and give them some love. Does anybody else have anything they want to announce before we get started?
Nothing on my end.
I tried tweeting Matt Mercer today. That's the only news I have. It was a try.
Yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and roll the opening credits. All right, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 5, The Reading. Who would like to recap what happened last week for a point of inspiration?
Was my point of inspiration from last week transfer over since I didn't use it?
It sure does.
Okay, then I will hold off and let somebody else do it.
I vote for Kevin.
What?
You haven't done it yet.
Actually, I think I have. But in any case, all right. So
We didn't do it last week.
We escaped the death house.
I thought you said cat, and I was like, she wasn't here.
That's what I heard too. So
Make the newbie do it.
Yeah, that's a little unfair since she wasn't here.
A little bit.
We escaped from the death house to find ourselves in the village of Barovia, where strange old ladies are selling strange pies and strange barkeeps are doing strange things to wash the glasses. And we find that the Burgermeister is sitting in the common room along with a small assortment of not us. So we learned that his sister has caught the eye of the local lord, who we learn is a vampire. That's charming. And so we agreed that it's not safe for his sister, having been bitten twice, even though none of us can roll to save our lives and know why that's bad. So we agreed to escort her to safety. Of course, she will not leave until her father is buried. And things got a little wonky at the funeral when it turned into a Michael Jackson video, and people were popping out of the ground. Bat storms are coming at us. And then we kind of that was kind of where we ended after the funeral, and we're gonna leave. We sold some stuff, but God, things are expensive in Barovia, so we're not buying much. We're getting ready to hit the dusty trail, just in time to be caught in the wilderness when the sun goes down, because that sounds like a great idea.
Yes, definitely
Too much
does.
snark in that recap. I don't know. I can never can tell.
There was a little bit. I don't think it was too much snark, but
We're
was
not
enough
salty.
snark.
We're not salty at all about how things are going.
Don't salt us. The vampire will just eat it up.
I will say that you guys do receive a map of Barovia as part of your purchases, as Periwimple sneaks you guys one on your way out,
Oh,
unbeknownst to his uncle Bildrath.
yes.
And he hands you this handy dandy map, complete with a handy dandy cursor indicating where you guys are.
That's a pretty nifty map on paper with a cursor.
Is it enchanted? Tells us where we're going at all times.
Definitely.
Marauder's map.
That'd be helpful. Too
How long
helpful.
we swear Strata's up to no good.
Mhm.
Oh, look, we're gonna go traipsing right past his castle. That's even.
I mean,
Yeah,
we were
you-
just in the shadow of his castle, so it couldn't be
It looks like we're
much
gonna
worse.
keep walking in that shadow.
Wait,
Mhm.
we're like real close to it.
Does the
But
map
I-
really have the hangman's nooses on it down there? The gallows?
It
Really?
does. You're
We're
going to
headed
walk
for the
right
gallows.
past it.
I feel like, you know,
Just keep on coming.
we're gonna not. I have questions. It's right here, but there's a lot of map.
There's a lot of windmill. Just
Just a little bit.
I got the fever for more windmill. No, that doesn't work. Sorry. Christopher Walken thing. It's just not
You
happening.
guys are so paranoid. So paranoid.
I mean, we're like right next to it, and this is not gonna end tomorrow. So,
So off you guys go on your merry little way.
Yes.
Just because we're paranoid doesn't mean Strata's not out to get us.
I don't think Strahd has been anything but welcoming since you guys have gotten here.
I don't know if welcoming is the adjective I would use now.
He gave you guys a bunch of healing potions. I mean, he hasn't stopped by to say hi yet, but he's a
Good.
busy guy.
I believe the phrase you're looking for is fattening the calves.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
This is so paranoid. So
Fourth level is so much tastier than third. It must live a while longer.
All right. Well, we should get moving before the sun gets
Yeah.
any further in the sky. If we're to make any headway before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Ravenloft, it's always dark.
Darker.
darker.
We
All
don't
right,
do
so-
that in front of Lily. She might think it's a werewolf.
It's true. What? Where?
Werewolf.
So
Werewolf.
we don't have a ranger. Shall I lead the pack with survival? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say pack. Shall I lead the party off down the road?
Yeah, what is your guys' marching order as you
Probably
guys
have
are heading off?
squishies in the middle, and
What's our
Aaron,
plan?
you probably are our next most heavily armor plated. Maybe you should bring up the rear if you're not leading. Everybody
What-
else in the middle.
What's our travel plan?
Yeah.
Since
I
we're
see.
not familiar with the area, but we know Valakai is where we're going, it would probably be
Best to stay on
fastest
the
to follow
road.
the road.
Are we still in the graveyard?
No, you guys are at the edge of town now.
Oh, okay.
So, Irina, you would know the best way to get to Valakai.
Which is
You would follow this road to this crossroads. And then the Vistani camp where Madame Eva stays is along this fork in the road, this sort of shortcut that leads past along the river and then following north up to Valakai, which is up here.
A shortcut to a gypsy camp that's even closer to the castle.
Or we spend an extra day and a half on the road.
Yeah.
That shortcut's gonna shave off a day and a half.
I think it was a 2-day trip if we stopped by Madame Ava, and like a 3.5 day if we went around.
Because that goes and winds around and winds back down and back up. And...
Goes through the forest and is less well traveled. Also, the cartographers in Barovia are not great at scale.
Well, there is that.
The cartographers at Wizard of the Coast are very good at that, but I didn't give you guys one of their maps.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks so much. What is with
Hey,
the map makers in this world?
Does Irina know what that large gate light structure is on the map?
Right here?
Yes.
Yeah, she does. Irina, that is the gate to Castle Ravenloft.
Hey y'all, that's the gate to Castle Ravenloft. You're welcome.
So time it so we go by that like high noon. Sound good?
Yeah. let's
Yes,
try for
I
that.
like that idea. Well then, Matthias, you're leading. Beetlejaw can take up the rear, and then I'll be in front of Beetlejaw. We'll put Irina in the middle, and then Lily and Tristan as such.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So Matthias in the front, Beetlejaw in the back. Who was after Matthias?
One of the two. The bard or the tiefling. Warlock. Not sure.
And then Irina right in the middle?
Yep.
And then Tyrion?
Yep.
And then Beetlejaw / Lancelot.
Yes.
I can be second if that helps.
Sounds good to me.
Where is it?
I think Strahd has been super accommodating. Chat, thank you very much.
Are we supposed to be saying icons on here? Is that what you
Nope.
said?
Nope,
Oh, okay.
nope. I was just
Okay.
writing in my notes.
Gotcha. That's even scarier, honestly.
So
So
most of the traps say target the second person in line to maximize effectiveness. I'm just kidding.
that's fair, and they probably should.
That's nice of them. So yeah, the party starts off on their merry way.
All right.
Lily is very quiet at this point because she's not really been much for traveling and doesn't know what to say. So
Tristan is making small talk with Irina about her brother, the Burgermeister.
Burgermaster. So are you doing, Irina? I guess we could ask. Is that what you said you're talking about?
I'm not the best because, Strahd has bitten me twice. Bites me again. That's not good. What?
What exactly would happen if he were to bite you again?
I would turn into a vampire. Which we don't want to happen, please.
Well, your brother has asked us to keep you safe, and I suppose we can try our best to do that. This place is not accommodating to safety, I don't think, though.
Ismark is a very noble man. I appreciate you respecting his wishes and my own.
Do you know why Strahd has such an interest in you?
Um, I honestly have no idea.
Oh, well.
He just saw me one day and took an interest in me, and it definitely changed my life for the worse.
Have you spoken with him?
No, we don't really talk. He tries to seduce me, and I try to get away from him. Is pretty much our relationship.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds awful. Sorry I asked.
Great. Silence.
All walk in awkward silence.
Yes.
So you guys walk in awkward silence for a couple of hours. And you come to this river that flows clear as blue winter sky through the valley. It's roughly 50 feet wide, and there's this long sort of bridge that goes across. And off to your right, you can see the castle in sort of, I won't say glory, but in all of its glory.
Horror, maybe? All of its horror. Lovely.
Looking up, you see that your path is taking you down a little bit into the valley, and off just to the right, you do see this rising mountain range, and you can see the towering spires of the castle looking down on you. And every time that you sort of, look up to see it, it does feel like the castle is in total judgment of you. The windows almost seem to be watching you the same way a painting does as you sort of walk in front of it.
The castle has eyes in all of its windows.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It always watching us, no matter where we are.
I mean, I suppose that's not surprising if he rules over this land. How else would he control what happens here? Feels like all of this might be just a game to him.
Irina, have you ever seen a big dark cloud with eyes that follows you? Speaking of things with eyes that seem to watch you wherever you go. So whenever we first got here, something like that was following us. Kind of feels like this castle.
I haven't heard of anything like this, and I've never seen anything like that.
Helpful.
Yeah, that's strange. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe it's the personification of this castle. That's what I feel like.
If even the castle can be personified, I think we're in for a terrible time. But we have a bridge to cross, a town to reach, and a prophetess to see, so we should keep moving.
Do we really have to see her?
I mean,
Required?
No, but
There are forces in play that we can't reckon with. We need all the help we can get in sorting out exactly what game is being played here.
But how do we know she's not going to hurt us?
we don't. So we go in prepared.
I feel unprepared. I have not read enough to feel prepared at all. I don't even know where I'm at yet, but I'll take your guys' word for it, I guess.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that no amount of study will ever serve you once you're out in the real world. Nothing exactly happens like the books say it's supposed to.
Well, maybe you're just reading the wrong books, but I find that to be mostly untrue for my life. Thank you for your input, though.
I think I'd actually be worried if the book was telling you exactly what was going to happen with everything, because then that basically means your destiny is written for you. And I'd rather think that there's a chance to fight against her as I take a long draw out from my water skin.
I shoot him side-eyed and go, ah, never mind.
Well, you're free to think whatever you want, no matter how wrong you may be. But I like my book, and I really wish I had one to tell me about this castle.
Beetlejuice like,
Maybe
Yeah,
I
it
should
sounds
be
about right.
blaming you for my library and not the werewolves, Mr. Book Hater.
I don't hate books. I'm just not putting my faith in them telling me everything I need to know.
And where do you get your information from then?
You argue-
Experience. Matthias can tell you what it gives you.
Matthias? Care to chime in?
Well, there's too much chiming already. We're in strange woods and making a lot of noise. Maybe you two could argue quieter and not draw unwanted attention.
He started it. I go back to digging in my book bag for a book. Quietly.
You guys seem like you get along really well.
Oh, it's been a wonderful time.
Yeah, human.
Oh.
that. Racism from those crying racists.
Yep.
All right, since you guys are getting along so well, the path continues on. And you guys make your way, winding up along some more. An old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in three directions. Barovia Village to the east, which is the direction that you came. Surpool/Valakai to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valakai to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows is a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small part of graves, shrouded in fog.
Irina, I would think this is where Strahd demonstrates his power, or is this where local justice is met?
I don't know. I don't think Strahd usually does this type of thing. He doesn't do this from what I've seen. He is more of a passive aggressive type, unless absolutely necessary.
Irene, I think you'd see him as aggressive based on your history.
Right? Defending him
You'd
much?
think that, but he's only like that with me.
Well, Strahd's not the only evil in these woods either, so be on your guard, everybody.
Right.
Ready my shield a while.
Yeah. Make sure the straps are tight.
Right. So you guys find yourself here. On this.
Beetlejaw do his super hearing and see if he hears anything coming or anything unnatural around us.
He'll prick his ears up. And
Are we going right to left? Is that how we're approaching?
no, I just put the tokens on there before you guys decided your marching order, so feel free to split yourselves up.
No, I think he was asking if we were coming from the right side of the map and going to the left.
Yes.
Okay, so there's me in the lead.
Yep.
Approaching.
And there's me.
I think Lily was next. And then-
No,
Mhm. Yeah.
Lily
Oh, yeah.
is.
I'm back here.
Lily is second, and then Tristan, right?
And then Irina, Tyrion, and Beetlejaw.
Lancelot.
Who is the dog?
That's
That is
Lancelot.
Lancelot.
We rescued him a few days ago.
Okay.
And he won't leave Beetlejuice's side, so he's part of us now.
That's fair.
Are those gravestones behind the?
Those are gravestones behind the gallows.
Ugh.
Beetlejaw sort of pricks up his ears. He says, "I don't see anything humans."
See or hear?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything humans. Still hungover a little bit, humans.
Go drink some water.
Yes. All right.
The big map is not in the handouts. Is our plan to go right towards the top of this map? Is that heading in the right direction?
That is the direction that the encampment is in.
Okay.
And it's the road that leads to Valakai, so
I'll approach a little closer. See if I can spot anything over there.
Give me a perception check.
Nope.
Dude, we are off to a great start.
Heck yeah.
Looking up the way, you don't see anything except this sort of low-hanging mist that's kind of crawling across the ground.
Does it have eyes again?
It does not have eyes again.
Okay.
But
Tish.
Matthias, you do think you hear creaking coming from the base of the gallows. Almost like somebody's footprints are, or like footfalls are going down the stairs.
Do
But
I
they're
detect
on
anything?
the stairs.
Lily, with your detect magic, you sort of just detect this low-hanging necromantic energy all over this area.
I think we should leave very
I
quickly.
agree. So let's
Just keep walking.
start heading up the road towards the top of the map here. I guess that's still north.
Mhm.
All right.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Better than my active, that's for sure.
Passive perception of 15.
How do you, where is that at?
Left
It's,
side of the
Perception.
left side of your sheet,
Oh.
underneath your skills and
feel-
stuff.
I feel like things pop up every week that weren't there last week. Mine's a 10.
13.
See it.
13 for me as well.
Kat, your sheet's a little different than theirs. Your passive perception is 10.
Okay.
Is anyone's passive better than 14?
Mine.
Well, Tyrion, you're the only one who notices this.
Of course.
As you guys start to make your way out of this area with great haste with your nervousness, Tyrion, you can hear this sort of low snarling coming from the woods behind you. And an enormous wolf the size of a grizzly bear emerges from the fog, its hackles raised. Hate flows through its red eyes, and the shadows of its packmates swirl in the mist. I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Let's see.
Oh.
Guys, we're not alone.
Sorry, Lily. It's your favorites.
She starts glowing. I don't know if she should do that. She does now.
For the love of God.
Wow. Can I just not roll?
Digits. What's going on around here?
Just put down a 1. It's fine.
Alex, how do I roll initiative on here?
There should be a.
Oh, just me. Found it.
Oh, we found it.
I forgot I clicked my token first.
click it again and then just change it to 21. Because it should be editable once you are in the turn order.
What?
I can add a turn for you guys. Everybody who needs one, add it. Irina. Not settings. Add turn. Who else needs one? Lily's got one. Tristan needs one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll roll one for Beetlejaw.
So, DM question or D&D question in general. Whenever someone's like not here, do you generally just play as them then?
It depends. For this instance, I'll play as Beetlejaw just in combat. I probably won't do too much role playing with him.
Okay.
When it's other groups, I'll usually when it's an in-person group, I'll usually have the other players take turns playing them, or somebody that the player trusts.
So
All
not
right.
the humans.
Right. Tristan, you're up first.
Awesome. Who looks like they're the closest?
Closest to you or closest to them?
Closest to the wolves.
Tyrion, you think, is the closest to a wolf, but only by like 5 feet. It looks like everybody else is relatively close. And these wolves have like an almost supernatural malice and hatred in their faces. It looks like they are being directed by some sort of higher power.
And there's 2?
There are
4.
4 total.
Oh, my turn order is in the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was not far enough down. I saw the only bottom 2.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to move up, draw my rapier, my dagger. Sorry about that. And use bardic inspiration on our cleric because I think he's going to get ambushed. Because there's 2 of them close to him. So.
Cool. So Tyrion, you will get a D6 that you can add to any D20 roll.
Okay.
And that's a bonus action, Tristan. So you still have a standard action if you want to take one.
Yeah, sure. I will. You call yourselves dire wolves. You look more like owlbears.
Rude.
Rude.
Well, it literally is rude damage. So.
Yep.
You take rude damage. He does. He takes 4 points rude damage. Which one are you throwing?
The one straight ahead of me.
Okay. I forgot that I could put colors on these guys, so I'm going to put colors on them real quick.
The green one.
Oh yeah, like the Power Rangers.
Oh boy. There's only 4 though, so it's a weird season.
Fine. Aren't they all at this point?
4 points of rude damage to Green Wolf. Oof. All right, and that's the end of Tristan's turn. The wolves go next. It's going to charge you because you were rude.
I'm
Rude.
here.
This one's going to charge Matthias.
I wasn't rude.
And these ones are going to charge Tyrion. So the one on Tristan, the green one, he's going to lunge out with his teeth and try to take you down. He gets an 18 to hit.
Why you gotta be like that? Wolf.
Please make a strength saving throw. And please take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
What if I don't want to?
You don't have to, but I'm going to insist. So Tristan, the wolf, knocks you prone.
Wow.
He comes running out. He grabs you by your ankle and he flips you on your back. And he looks like he's going to keep trying to maul you. The one with Matthias will probably try to pull the same stunt. Num. And get a 20 to hit.
Yep.
So also, please make a strength saving throw and please take 9 points of piercing damage.
It's not an either or. Okay.
This is great. I love this game. I love this game.
You are also knocked prone.
Still.
As this wolf comes running out, it jumps on you and it uses all of its weight to barrel you over and it starts biting your collarbone.
The monsters have something with your about your collarbone, Matthias.
Yeah. Must have some kind of scent. Or hurt yourself. Wash collarbone differently.
8
and 6 isn't going to hit you, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, and then the orange wolf will try his attack. Uh, 18?
Yeah, the 18 will hit.
Please take 14 points of piercing damage and roll a strength
Ow.
saving throw.
Okay. I will add my Bardic D6 to this, most likely.
Okay, you can decide after you roll.
Yeah. I think I hit it. Oh, there it goes. That won't matter. 6 will not-
So yeah, you were also knocked prone.
Yeah, I'm also at 9 hit points.
So both those wolves rush out. The one sort of gets your attention, and as you're trying to block against it, the other one grabs you by your ankle and throws you flat on your face.
Yep.
Irina.
Okay. A little bit.
Well, this seems bad.
Your
Here.
brave defenders are getting beat up by wolves. So
Yeah, these
Yeah.
people are supposed to protect me, but okay.
We are protecting you.
And I'm gonna hit
fighting.
the green one. I'm gonna stab it.
Okay.
No.
You do not succeed in stabbing it.
Dang it.
Your rapier sort of sinks into it, but it's not able to pierce its ridiculously tough hide.
I am not feeling confident about surviving.
Are you going to move, or are you happy staying there?
Can I move back?
Yeah, you can move back if you want. It will get an attack on of opportunity.
Okay, nope. I'm gonna stay there then.
Cool. Lily.
Lily. Makes that noise out loud. Really wish I had better books. I think I want to cast Mirror Image,
Okay.
which is it makes 3 duplicates of myself. Yeah.
Yes, it does make 3 duplicates of you.
Which I can't really do anything else with it this turn. Like I can't make any attacks, I don't think.
No, because it's a standard action to cast that spell.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to cast that spell and hopefully help me out a little bit if I get hit in this process.
Are you going to move, or are you happy hanging out there by the signpost?
I think I'm just gonna stay right here. Although I guess I could move. No, never. No, I'm right here. We're good. We're good.
Then run the other way.
No, last time I moved, I almost died. So I'm kind of afraid of moving in battle now.
You're not the one about to get chomped on by 2 wolves, so.
Well, maybe if you would have read my books, you would be fine.
Rude.
Rude.
the taste stays tasty for the wolves.
Matthias, you are up. Now, to stand from prone, it takes half your movement, and it does not incur an attack of opportunity if you want to stand up.
That sounds like probably a good idea.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know that since that's not the case in other editions.
Yes, I do suffer addition lag. All right. So I will get up and stab at thee. because it just got real, yo.
Welcome to Barovia, where the wolves are crazy. 13's not going to hit.
Ugh.
So, Matthias, you draw back your sword, you stab in, but it is able to avoid your attack.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action or your remaining movement?
He's down and he's got 2 on him. Is there anything I can do to make myself less likely to be hit while moving down here?
Not without a standard action.
Okay.
You can action surge and use a disengage action if you want to.
Yes.
Cool. So you use your action surge, you disengage, and then you're free to move your remaining 15 feet without an attack of opportunity.
So I'll move down here in the hopes of drawing red off of Tristan.
Cool. Tristan.
Tyrion.
Or sorry, Tyrion.
It's okay.
Kevin did that one to me.
I know. All right. Half movement, stand up from prone. Now it's only moving. It's moving out of threatened range, right?
Right.
But I can still take a standard action to disengage.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
All right, let me do that. And then bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon on red.
Dang, bonus actions, a spiritual weapon's a bonus action spell to cast?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Love that 5e.
I love that spell.
Yep.
No concentration. Okay, so the spiritual weapon, I guess I should make a token for the spiritual weapon.
It is a smith's hammer.
A smith's hammer.
There's the roll, so I did that for everyone to see what it is, and I'll make the roll for the attack. Ooh.
Oh, snap. So yeah, it does hit red. You're hitting red, right?
Yep.
So the spiritual hammer goes out. What does your attack look like?
A manifested grayish silver hammer just kind of pops out of the air and slams the wolf from behind into Matthias's raised shield.
Perfect. All right. After Tyrion is Beetlejaw, who is going to charge forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Keeping Lancelot safe with him. And he will draw out his mighty longsword and take a swing at Orange.
Nice.
And he hits for 9 points of slashing damage. So he sinks that blade in deep, and he looks at you, Tyrion. He says, "Get back."
I'm trying.
Tristan.
Tristan is going to roll up on to his feet and attack with his rapier and his bonus action.
Awesome.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
And you hit this time.
Certain Bardic colleges banned that song, I thought.
That's not my college, though. Bardic College of Frat. So I attack with the rapier, and with my bonus action, I also attack with my dagger.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and take your bonus action to hit. Oh,
So
another 4.
15
Nice.
to hit with the rapier and a 20 to hit with the dagger. So
Those both hit. What do your attacks look like, Tristan? You don't take it down, but you could tell you heard it.
so Tristan rolls up onto his feet and literally stabs it at one side as the on the right side, and as the wolf's head turns to go towards the where he stuck the rapier, he just comes down with the dagger on the other side of his shoulder haunches.
Awesome. And are you gonna take the rest of your movement, or are you happy hanging out there with Irina?
No, because if I move, then he gets an attack, and no.
Almost got him.
He's trying. Oh, so this whole time, every time you ask us to move, it's a game on your end. You're trying.
The whole thing's a game on my end. We're playing D&D.
No. This is very real, and you've been trying to get us. I thought you were just being nice, asking if I wanted to move. All right.
Well, thanks,
right.
Alex.
Sometimes I'm being nice.
Listen, even he jumped up here to tell me how he feels about this. So,
Well, Lily, I would like for you to roll a d20, please.
Oh Lord.
but it's not my turn.
I would still like for you to roll a d20.
But
Mirror image.
the wolf's turn.
Oh yeah, it's just this button and then this button. I can't
Wow,
see
he
it.
actually managed to bite you and not one of your clones.
But I only rolled a 3. Okay, I thought never mind.
Yeah, but you needed a 6 or higher to have it bite one of the duplicates and not you.
Oh wait, I have been doing some reading. I, Lily, have been doing some reading, and therefore gained hellish rebuke. Ah,
Well, he only got a 10 to hit you, so he's going to miss.
okay, well, never mind then.
So he snaps out at you, but he doesn't do any damage. But you know that this wolf is attacking the right you.
He's got your scent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important for my next turn. Got it. Okay.
Red's going to attack Matthias because it can't attack the spiritual weapon. It's not real, except for all the hurting it does.
Is it smart enough to know that? I'm just kidding. Take that. Varmint.
It gets a big old 7 to hit, so it misses. And Orange is going to lash out at Beetlejaw because there's nothing I like more than attacking myself.
Stop attacking yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Misses Beetlejaw. And Green is going to... Tristan, please roll an insight check.
Oh, goodness. Why? Why are you like this?
Ah!
Oof.
Well, both of us don't succeed in our task, so don't worry about it. Irina.
I'm gonna try to stab the green one again
I believe in you.
successfully this time. Ah!
So Irina, you lash out with your rapier, and you talk a big game, but you're not so good at swinging it yet.
Your girl can't fight.
We forgive you.
Sorry, y'all.
Are you happy staying there, or do you want to move?
I'm not moving.
Lily.
Okay, so I would like to see if I do this correctly. Use my sickle to hit this blue dude. Yes.
I hope you break the trend.
Of the rolling, thank you.
We rolled 3 1s in a row.
I don't even want to roll.
I don't think the random number generator knows what random means.
Not tonight. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay.
All right, that will hit. And you do
Yes.
4 points of slashing damage to the blue one. It yelps and looks at you with rage in its little wolfy eyes.
I don't feel that at all. There's hatred burning in my eyes.
It's not courage, Alex.
Every dog has courage if you pretend. Matthias, you're up.
Lashing out with a long sword.
Oh, you lash out very well.
7 points. The blade skims across a couple ribs there.
And then are you happy?
Happy is a word I would not use to describe the situation, but I will stay here for tactical reasons.
Nice. Tyrion.
How many hit points are you down, Matthias?
I'm only down 9.
Only 9.
Well, you took a bigger hit than I did.
I know, but I think you've got its attention at the moment. So I will cast Cure Wounds on you as my standard. So there's your 9 hit points back.
Sure.
And my bonus action, my hammer will continue to swing at Red. I don't think an 11 hits.
11 does not hit. So the hammer reaches, rings out to strike Red, and it just sort of rattles off of him. All right, Beetlejaw. Beetlejaw's going to keep up his swinging. Nope, that's the wolf. Beetlejaw.
Nice.
And he will burn one of his spell slots to smite.
Ooh. Nice.
So 15 points of damage to Orange. And he sort of raises his blade and he calls down the green fire onto the sword and cuts deep into the wolf's mangy fur. It shrieks and this horrible smell of burning hair fills the air. Blech. Tristan.
Quick question.
Yes.
How hurt does this wolf look?
He looks like he's the most hurt out of everybody in the group.
And this is blue?
Green.
Green. He looks like if you had to put a percentage, it'd be like 50%.
Green wolf needs to die badly.
Green wolf needs food badly.
I have another quick question mechanically. If I'm going to use one of my class abilities, do I have to determine if I'm going to use it or not?
Depends on the ability, but if it's the one I'm thinking about, you don't have to expend it until you have successfully hit.
Aha! That's yes. With that, I'm going to attack with my rapier.
The torment in the background.
Yes.
12. I miss.
So yeah, you swing out. You can still swing with the dagger if you want.
Yes, I will use my bonus action.
Swing. 16 does hit.
Okay.
So you lash out with your dagger.
And with that, I'm going to look dead at the wolf's eyes because I'm sure the wolf is staring directly at me.
It is.
She's not meant for you, God. Leave her be.
Ooh.
Ooh. Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh boy. Called down the thunder. Well, now you.
And Tristan, take point of inspiration.
You said perception, right?
Yep.
God, it wasn't my next attack roll anyway. Hey, that was a wolf.
Where was my perception?
It should just be clicking on your wisdom stat.
Can I just
You
can meditate and do passive perception from now on? Because that's.
So Tyrion, Lily, and Irina, you guys all notice for a hot second, all of the wolves sort of direct their attention to Tristan.
Ooh.
Oh, and then it's the wolves' turns.
That's it? Wait, that's it. They just turn their attention to him and nothing else happens.
Wait, that's a standard action, I'm pretty sure.
That's a lot. That's a lot of wolf attacks.
Oh,
Run!
four.
So Lily, since you have your sickle out, you do get an attack of opportunity on blue there.
Credibility, come on. Here it comes.
20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Show us a green number.
I can't do it.
Roll it. Oh,
I can't see. Oh, gosh darn it.
So, Lily, you notice that the wolves all sort of direct their attention towards Tristan. You have like an almost like an oh shit moment, and then you miss when you swing with the sickle.
In a whole circle.
hair too slow.
So the blue one rolls to attack Tristan.
So what should I play next, guys?
Barbarian with lots of points and a great.
Please take 9 points of piercing damage and roll a strength check, Tristan.
Do you mean a death save?
Are you unconscious?
Yes.
Then on your turn, we'll have you roll a death save, but I will mark that you are unconscious.
But we can assume that you fell down because, well, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
But I didn't get back up again.
And you can't sing anymore. That song.
And the green wolf is going to step over to Irina.
Oh no.
And it's going to try and lick your hand.
No?
Where are we at with inter-party combat? I have suspicions.
I'm still stuck on that perception of 4. Huh? What do you mean?
One's going to attack Beetlejaw. Get a big old 9. And one is going to attack Matthias. And gets a 12.
No dice.
Irina, your turn.
Feel a little bad, but I'm gonna try to hit the one that's licking my hand.
Don't feel bad.
Feel a little bad.
Don't feel bad.
I'm not gonna hit it, so it's fine.
Rolls a 20.
Didn't roll a 20.
With an 11, yeah, you still don't.
I haven't hit anything.
So you swing out with your rapier, and the wolf looks at you like, "What the heck?"
Excuse me?
Lily.
Okay. Right on. Lily. I guess I'll go back to Eldritch Blast at this point, considering my sickle let me down. I'm wondering if I should do anything else with it. Like, green flame blade would work if my sickle's already out, but I'd have to move. I'm sorry, this is a lot of talking to myself. This is what I do in between turns, so I kind of miss a little bit of stuff that happens because I'm still trying to like game plan. So if I move here, is that too far? I have a
You can move 6 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can I still attack after I move?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. We all just take off that way since there's a whole bunch of me. Man, I love this. And I guess let me make sure I'm reading this properly again. So I have to, if I cast Green Flame Blade, I have to hit before it becomes active, right?
I have to see the ability. Can you link it into a?
I can. Yeah, maybe. Can I just copy and paste it?
Yeah, if it's on your sheet, if you click it, it should pop up. But you can also copy and paste it.
Oh, like if I click it on the. Sorry, I like go between D&D Beyond and this at the same time. So, actually, I don't even know if it's on.
I don't see it on Roll20. So yeah, go ahead and just copy paste it into the chat so I can take a look at it real quick.
The chat on
Roll20.
Roll20. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm doing this properly. So not to cheat anyone or myself.
As part of the action, you just cast a spell, make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature. Yeah, so yeah, you'll roll to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hit blue again, and then if it works, I want to use the flame damage for the green
Now,
one.
I will say that the blue one is not 5 feet away from green.
Oh, I thought I had to be 5 feet away between them.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, it's within 5 feet of the original target. So I'll let you go back to your original space if you want to.
No, because I still want to heal
Okay.
eventually. But since I can't do that now, I will just Eldritch Blast. You said the green one looks the most down.
Yeah, he's the one that's most hurt. He's
Okay.
also in his minding his own business and trying to lick Irina's hands.
Just like, man, in my head, I just have much more power than I really have to roll. Because I'm like, I want to do all this stuff and I can't do anything. It's fine. Okay, I'll Eldritch Blast.
Pew.
Pew pew.
So the Eldritch Blast, the black magic, goes flying off into the woods.
Goodbye.
All right, Matthias.
All right. Make another desperate sweep with the longsword.
It's desperate, all right.
The point of inspiration, can that be
Goodbye.
used for an action search?
Not for an action surge, Right, but you can use
Matthias.
it to re-roll if you want
Alright.
to.
Make another
Yeah.
desperate sweep with the longsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
It's
as
desperate,
powerful
alright.
as a hero point in our traditional
The point of
gaming
inspiration,
sense.
can that be used for an
Goodbye.
action search? I was hoping
Not
for
for an
like
action
a,
surge, but you can use it to
minimum
re-roll.
of
if you want
10 or
to.
plus 10. Make another
Yeah.
desperate
That'd be
sweep with the
nice.
longsword.
Yeah.
I'm porting over
Yeah,
the
but it's
mutants
not as
mastermind's
powerful
rules.
as a hero
Hey,
point in
inspiration.
our traditional
Hey.
Point of inspiration, can that be
Hey.
used for an action
Damage,
surge?
but at least it's a hit.
It gave you plus 10.
It
right?
It is
You
a
asked.
mastermind's hero point.
All right, so
Save
that-
Direwolf.
Yep, Direwolf Red. He takes 4 points of damage. I'll let you keep the higher number.
Hey, thanks.
All right. After Matthias reaches out and swings, Tyrion.
All right. Let's see. I will go ahead and, as Matthias is pulling his sword back on the backswing, I will give it a quick tap, make it magical. My standard. And then as my bonus action, please move my hammer 20 feet over to attack blue from this square. Thank you.
I'm going to give you control of your hammer, too.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hammer time.
Do, 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 do.
how about that?
That will hit. So
Bam.
blue takes 6 points of spiritual damage.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, force damage. Okay, so yeah, the hammer comes flying out through the air and it lands in Blue's back, and he yelps in agony.
Weren't expecting that, were ya?
Never. And are you happy staying there, Tyrion, or you want to move anywhere?
I do need to move closer to Tristan. But let's move to there for right now.
Beetlejuice gonna keep practicing his sword magic because casting sword seems to be working.
And then you just jinxed it.
And then I just jinxed it. I think there's been more ones rolled in this fight than any fight I've ever participated in my life.
Yeah,
This
this
video's already over.
We are breaking the laws of probability here.
It's a lot.
Multiverse is collapsing.
Man, this is a lot.
Orange is gonna roll to maul Beetlejaw. He does hit Beetlejaw for 14 points of damage. And then red is going to try and maul Matthias. Nom.
Hey, malls are dying. Oh, son of a.
Oof.
For 10 points of piercing damage. And a strength saving throw, please. Oh, I'll roll a strength saving throw for Beetlejaw, too. Oh, Beetlejaw doesn't go down, but... And Matthias doesn't go down. All right, Irina.
All right.
Things aren't looking great.
I missed the char.
You hit.
I hit it! Sorry. Yeah, so I stabbed the green one that was licking my hand.
How do you want to kill the green one that was licking your hand?
I feel bad. I literally just like chop its head off.
Oof.
Well, at least chop the sword into its neck. I don't know if it goes all the way through, but
Yeah, it does let out this horrendous yelping screech, and it falls to the ground, twitching on the floor.
rat.
Lily.
I
Oh wait, Irina, you can move if you want to. There's nobody who's going to attack you if you move now.
Nah, I'm good.
Now, Lily.
now I am torn between two things. How many more death saving throws do you have, Tristan?
You should heal yourself.
I can't heal myself. I can protect myself.
Do you not have a healing potion?
Oh, yeah,
You have a healing potion.
I do.
And I say that healing potions are a bonus action, not a full-fledged action.
I don't know if that makes makes my decision easier or harder. So could I use Cure the Dying on Tristan and also take a healing potion then? Is that what that means?
Yeah, do you have Spare the Dying as a spell?
I do have Spare the Dying as a spell.
Then yeah, you sure can.
Well, that is what I'll do.
So Tristan, you are stabilized but unconscious. And then
It's also it's a cantrip, so it doesn't even take a spell slot for me.
oh cool. Yeah, and then you get 2d4 plus 2 healing from the healing potion.
So I roll 2d4. Is that like a thing on here that I can select to do?
I don't have it saved on there, but I'll go ahead and roll real quick.
Okay,
You get 5 points back.
cool.
So you spare the dying on Tristan. You pop the cork off of your healing potion. You throw it back, and you feel great. You feel this great rush of warmth pass through your system. Something that doesn't usually come with other healing potions you've taken in the past. You think there may be something else in this potion.
Is this one of the ones from Dude Man?
It sure is one of the ones from Strahd.
Thank you for helping me out there.
From Dude Man.
Dude, man.
You know,
Curse of Dude Man.
it's good. It's good.
Curse of Duff Man. All right, Matthias, you're up.
Swing away. And another one. Son of a-
What is happening?
Lots of ones.
I'm glad the random number generators got our back tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Matthias, you take a big old swing with your sword and you swing over the wolf's head. Tyrion.
All right. If I move to where my hammer is, am I flanking with the lily against the wolf?
Yes.
All right. So I will occupy the same space as my weapon because it's just a tiny little spiritual weapon.
It's just a floating hammer.
Yep. I will shield bash.
We're about to find out Tyrion's greatest combo. Oh,
Nope.
well, he rolled the hit.
I know. Yeah, I don't want to use the point of inspiration, but I will have the hammer attack as well.
I just realized you could knock them prone and then make the hammer attack them with advantage.
Yep.
Rude. Clerics are so great. I love clerics in this game.
I missed with the hammer as well.
The hammer in the end, though.
Yeah.
So the hammer goes swinging out again. The wolves are just sort of ducking and rolling all over the place.
Yeah, the hammer doesn't get flank.
Beetlejaw will take his action to swing his mighty sword at the orange wolf.
Ugh.
And he will miss. All right, Tristan. You're unconscious, but you're okay. The wolves. Orange Wolf's going to attack Beetlejaw. And deal 12 points of piercing damage to poor Beetlejaw,
Oh.
which is enough to knock Beetlejaw out. And drag him prone. Matthias, Red's going to attack you.
Oh.
He's going to miss. And Blue is going to attack Lily. Please roll a d20, Lily.
Oh.
He attacks you again.
Gross.
And he gets a 14 to hit your AC.
Yes. Well, man, I need to readjust my screen, but I'm gonna have to wait till break to do it. So hold on.
It's okay.
Please hold. Sorry.
Please hold.
It's a 13 to hit my armor class.
All right, you take 12 points of piercing damage, which I assume knocks you unconscious.
It does.
And your
This
two
is-
duplicates go up in smoke. It's not looking good, guys. Irina.
Okay, so I guess I'll move over here and attack that one, the blue one.
Okay.
Hopefully. Yeah!
You hit,
Yay! 2 times!
and you killed that one.
Again! Okay, that one I'm just gonna like stab. Like I'm
Awesome.
just run over and just plunge my rapier through its middle part.
So yeah, it's dragging Lily down. It's getting ready to keep tearing her to pieces, and you stab right up in the center of it, and you poke its little wolf heart, and it falls to the ground.
Don't say little wolf heart. That makes me sad.
That's why I'm here. That's why we're playing a horror game. Everybody has to be sad.
Oh.
So awesome. When we're protecting is saving our asses.
Right, Lily. Please roll a death saving throw.
No. Lily refuses from the grave.
That's a pass.
Crosses her arms over her chest. X's on her eyes. What do I? I literally just click death save.
Yep.
I like this site.
All right, you pass one. You succeed on one of your death saving throws. Matthias.
Well, it's been working great so far. Swing away.
17 for 10.
17 for 10. Yeah, that's right, because you have a magic sword right now.
Yes.
You kill Red. How's it go down, Matthias?
The wolf sort of lunges in, and Matthias ducks low and drives his longsword through its chest, and it dies with a whimper. And he sort of flicks that wolf off the sword and steps over here to make sure Orange doesn't make a meal of Beetlejaw.
Perfect. Tyrion.
Move over here. Hammer stays there for now. Shield bash.
Nice.
Knock it prone.
Mm.
And then move the hammer over.
Yeah.
To hopefully finish it off.
Yep. Does he roll a an opposed
Uh,
athletics checks to get knocked prone?
Yeah, I believe so. Actually, yeah, let's see here.
What?
Which it would make sense. Use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet. Actually, let's not try to knock it prone because then I can't swing with the. I can't bring the hammer over.
Right.
So, not knocking it prone. just bring the hammer over and spiritual weapon it.
Awesome. You finish
Yes.
off Orange with the mighty spiritual hammer. What happens, Taryn?
The hammer basically flies over from where it was after I've put my shield against the outstretched muzzle of the wolf, and it just cracks it up in an uppercut type fashion, lolling its head backwards, its tongue sticking out as it slumps to the ground.
Perfect. And that will take us out of combat.
Jeez.
And guys, I think on the heels of our first almost TPK, I think it's a good time to take our little break.
Yes. I think what we'll probably do is rummage through everyone that's unconscious and give them one of their healing potions. Bring them back that way.
I already took
And-
a healing potion.
Yeah, but I think we have 2. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
and then we'll
Mine yet.
we'll do that when we get back.
Yep, you guys have hit dice that you can spend too. You've got 3 hit dice per day.
Oh,
So,
Could I have second winded before the encounter ended?
yeah, that's fine.
also, what's TPK?
Total party kill.
Ouch. I think I was
Yeah.
better off not knowing that, to be totally honest. Fine.
They have a word for that?
All right.
Don't
We're
worry,
getting
y'all.
ret-
Arena's got your back.
Yeah, I don't trust you, but yeah.
All right, so thank you guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking it out with us. I know that was a rough fight for everybody but me.
I don't know. It was rough for your wolves.
Oh, I've got more wolves.
Always.
Rub it in, why don't you?
So yeah, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. We join our heroes after they are victorious over the dangerous wolves of the forest. Still hanging out at the gallows.
As we revive our fallen comrades.
Yeah, slowly taking your healing potions and rolling those hit dice, and
Yes.
don't forget that since Tristan is a bard, he does have the Song of Rest, so you guys do get to add a bonus to your hit dice.
Well, first we need to get Tristan awake, which means getting him more hit points. Right?
Yes.
I thought he was awake.
He's you stabilized him, so he didn't have to make death saving throws anymore.
Stopped me from bleeding out. But...
Yep. But he then just stays unconscious until we actually get hit points back into him.
Yep.
So that was 2d4 plus 2?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so we'll burn one of his potions on him.
Are you using the Strahd one or the other one that you found in the house?
I'll let you choose, Tristan.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'll probably end up using both of them. So.
Yeah. right, we'll start with the one that he found in the house.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice. You get 9 hit points back, Tristan.
Can I use my other potion then?
Yep.
Also, would I recognize what makes me feel weird about that potion?
Give me an Arcana check.
And then what do I roll for the other potions?
Still 2d4 plus 2.
Do you have to do that, or do I have to do that?
I can do it real quick.
Okay. Arcana check.
You get 6 points back, Lily.
It all hurts and I'm dying.
With a 12 mixed with your detect magic spell, you're reasonably sure that there is some kind of ability tied to this potion that allows Strahd to track you.
Wow. So, okay. Did anyone else just take a Strahd potion?
Potion
Not
of
yet.
blood.
Oh,
You
Don't.
think that maybe you have ingested some of his blood.
Okay. Great.
all right, you're kicked out of the group.
Guys. So I might have a problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have a feeling that we should throw away those potions from Strahd. Because I took one, after helping
In the heat of the moment.
It's gone now, and I have reasonable suspicion to believe that Strahd can now track me and or all of us, possibly.
Mm.
Because
Because I read books. And
Again with the books.
what about the potion allows him to track you?
well,
Why would you say what is a spell?
I'm going to assume that with most tracking magic, you have to use your blood.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Instead of just ditching them, since he's already tracking you, why don't you take the other Strahd potions, since he's not going to be able to track you more, but you may in fact still need that healing.
But
Can I make an Arcana check to pick up on when she's laying down?
do what?
That was
I think
it.
he's trying to validate what you're saying.
Yeah, please
Okay.
make another Arcana check, Tristan. So yeah, Tristan, you confirm this suspicion that she has.
So I pull out the potion bottle with the red potion in it and look over at our companions and go, "It's red for a reason."
Well,
Yes. And just be glad I used the other one on you and not that one.
Huh. Thank you.
my only concern with taking it more is would I know if this stays in my system longer?
You're not entirely sure how it works.
Well, I am pretty close to dead, so at this point I might just shrug my shoulders and agree.
Well,
with
I
you.
was sort of holding out my Strahd potion, but I'm like, do you really still want it? That's you, I guess. But I'm certainly not drinking it.
I would say no. I would say we should ditch these.
Well, I think I'm gonna take at least one more just at this point.
No.
Fine.
I say that because we don't know if it will have the same effects as it's having as the assaults by Strahd on Irina.
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Have
Drat,
any
foiled again.
suggestions on how to get this out of my system?
I don't know. Didn't you read about bloodletting in a book?
I'm sorry, did you hear something?
Touche.
Arguing what we're going to do us a lot of good right here in the middle of the gallows with a bunch of wolves and possibly more wolves.
No, let me get Beetlejaw up and we can get moving.
Fine.
How much longer do we think until we can reach the camp?
You guys think it's probably only another couple hours up the road.
All right, waking Beetlejaw up with that cure wounds.
All right, Beetlejaw's got 4 hit points.
And then we can Song of Rest and spend a hit die.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Short rest is an hour long, but you would be able to use as many of your 3 hit dice as you want to recover some hit points. But you'd be hanging out here at the gallows for an hour, so that's entirely your choice.
Can we move away from the gallows for like a bit and then do it?
Yeah, you could do that.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything out of fear of arguing with you again, so I just follow everyone else.
As you guys sort of gather up to leave this area, you do hear a creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows. And where there was once nothing before, now hangs a lifeless gray body. And the breeze turns the hanged figure slowly so that it can fix its dead eyes upon you. Matthias, you recognize this body as your own. Your own steely gaze looks back at you from the gallows. Blood trickles down from your neck beneath the noose. The rest of you see an unknown Barovian commoner dangling in the fog.
That wasn't there before.
No.
No, let's keep moving.
You okay?
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
I second.
All right. Head down the road a bit and then take a rest.
Does anyone want any protection before we head out? Anyone super low on health? Could use a little boost.
Good right now.
I'm hesitant to say yes because I just have this feeling of what Lily would do if Tyrion was to raise his hand at that, so he's just going to keep quiet.
How about I notice it anyway and say, here, and I touch you. Give you some protection from evil and good as we're continuing to walk.
All right. Down the happy woods you go.
Yeah.
And you guys sort of make your way further up this path that branches off to the northwest. You do find an area that's just a little bit off the path that you can rest in. I'll zoom in the map pretty close. It looks like it's a clearing just off the trees, and you do see there is a small den here that looks like it may have once housed a number of wolves.
I'm not going in.
You do see the half-eaten and rotting remains of a Barovian peasant here, who has a bag of electrum pieces that have spilled all over the place.
Just random
Of what?
electrum. Money.
Oh, thank you. That wasn't in any of my books. I don't know that word. So.
Money.
All right. So spending hit dice is you get your hit die, and with the Song of Rest, we get to add our level.
With the Song of Rest, you get to add 1d6 hit points.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So then spending a hit die gives you whatever your hit, whatever 1d, whatever your hit die is. So like for me, it's 1d8.
Yes. Yep.
So I get a d8 and a d6.
And a d6.
So I'm playing my pamphlet.
This counts as a short rest then?
Do I still have a point of inspiration? I don't remember ever using it.
You start off with one, so if you haven't used one, you still have one.
Ooh.
Does that help me at all here?
Not for hit dice.
Oh, I didn't know for curing or.
No, inspiration just lets you re-roll a d20
Ooh,
and take the highest of the two.
okay. Okay.
All right.
Tyrion, you healed 12 whole points.
Oh yeah, that's almost everything I dropped. So I'm good with that.
Beetlejaw. Oh, you get your Constitution modifier as well. Sorry,
Oh.
I guess I should add that.
And I am back to full.
Beetle Jaw gets 8.
So I roll a d6.
I think your hit die is a D8.
Yeah, I need to. Every time I think I've caught up on things.
What was that just flashed out of the corner of the screen?
Mine? What? Where?
On the Twitch feed, looks like a list of hit points.
Oh, yeah. That keeps track of your guys' hit points.
Yeah, mine should be down 2 still. Mine should be at 24.
I think you have to be doing it in.
You have to do it in D&D
Beyond.
Beyond.
Oh, so many places to track this character sheet.
Mhm.
Right?
So I just roll 1d8, right?
Yep, 1D8 and 1D6.
Okay.
So you
Plus-
can type in /roll 1D8 plus 1D6 if you wanted to.
Where would I type that in at?
Just
Down
in
at
the
the bottom.
chat box at the bottom of
Oh.
where the numbers are.
All right. So roll, right?
Yep.
D8/D6.
Yep.
That didn't work. Yeah, it did. No, it didn't. I have no idea.
/roll D8 plus D6. Sorry. Yep, like that.
Oh.
I think D8/D6 would be a D8 divided by a D6, and I really don't want them to introduce Shadowrun math into D&D.
I'm not good at this game. Yeah. No, I don't.
Just take the 12 I rolled for you. It's cool.
Thanks. Oh, hey, thanks, Discord chat. I saw that. Too late. But I
Yeah.
saw it.
For future.
Thank you. You're a lifesaver, honestly.
So yeah, you guys do find overall it's 50 electrum pieces, and each of them is pressed with the visage of a stern-looking man into them. You guys also find a silver locket with the name Morrigan inscribed on the back.
Like the crow?
Well, that's what you know her as, but this could just be a lady named Morrigan. It doesn't look religious in nature. It feels sentimental in nature.
Okay.
And there is a vial of a sort of gray, greasy liquid, which, since you guys have an hour, you are able to identify as an oil of slipperiness.
What do you do with that?
Things we probably can't say on Twitch stream.
I see.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I was
Whoa.
thinking more of banana peel, sort of cartoony.
Well,
Like-
that's not what he was talking about. I mean, what?
Yeah. You know,
Here's what you could do with an oil of slipperiness. You
I will
perverts.
tell you what you can do with it,
Whoa.
Tyrion.
This sticky black unguent is thick and heavy in the container, but it flows quickly when poured. The oil can cover a medium or smaller creature along with the equipment it's wearing and carrying. Applying the oil takes 10 minutes. The effective creature then gains the effect of a freedom of movement spell for 8 hours. Or you could pour it on the ground where it covers a 10-foot square, duplicating the effect of the grease spell in that area for 8 hours. So you can make yourself slippery or you can make the ground slippery, but you can't make your friend slippery.
Ew.
Well, that's just
Without their consent.
discriminatory. Good thing I'm not friends with anyone in this party. Haha. No, I'm kidding.
Beetlejaw goes,
We're still friends. I don't know. It's a joke. I'm never talking like that again. Sorry. Please forgive me.
So yeah, you guys take off down the road after this. You keep heading off. The road sort of gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path along the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small pond. or a pool even.
Hmm.
The small pool is several hundred feet across. There are 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around the bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. You guys seem to have stumbled across a Vistani encampment.
By stumble, you mean we aimed straight for it.
Well,
Yes.
All right, so not trying to seem like we're sneaking up, but just sort of walking cautiously but openly down the trail to the camp.
Cool.
I'm going to break up my spheres and start juggling as I walk up.
That immediately gets the attention of the Vistani, who come rushing over to you, Tristan. There's a couple of women and children who are particularly excited about this. The kids run up and they're like, "How do you do that? Show me. Let me try."
Practice with these first.
Ew, small things.
How do you keep it from setting your hands on fire?
Magic.
Magic. What would you guys like to do?
Sort of, introduce ourselves, say we're travelers passing through. As we can share their camp for the night.
Of course. Please come sit around the fire with us. Are you here to see Madame Eva?
We are now.
I would like to. If it's
Perfect.
possible.
Well, please come sit around the fire with us for a spell. She'll call when she's ready to see us. Or you.
I would assume she's expecting visitors this evening.
It is very difficult to surprise her with anything.
I would imagine.
You seem worse for wear. Did you have trouble on the road?
Wolves.
The wolves here are a damnable mess.
With that, Tristan actually looks down at his boots and a little sad.
Did they eat your shoes, my friend?
A little bit.
Yeah, they always say that the devil's straw taught them how to fetch slippers, and they got really overzealous.
Interesting.
Did he teach him to hunt too?
Oh, you don't need to teach a wolf to hunt. You need to teach it to stop hunting.
Yeah.
He taught it to stop hunting people he didn't want him to.
Oh
Strahd?
boy.
Oh yes. I assume the noble that you're traveling with, I think that's the lady that the wolves didn't want to attack. And they kind of point over at Irina.
Nope.
Do that.
Definitely did not want to attack her.
Nope. Definitely just attacked me like the rest of them. Don't know what you're talking about.
Mhm. She saved us, but okay. Did I actually see that happen, or
You were unconscious at that time.
okay? Would anyone else have seen it, or is that just supposed to be like?
Tyrion and Matthias would have noticed.
Okay.
I saw nothing.
Tristan was having a nice nap.
Wasn't so nice.
And they'll sort of gather you guys over by the bonfire, and they start passing out food and wine. And they all start looking at each other. And you see this one sort of large, portly gentleman steps forward. And he says, "There is one fee that all of you must pay to stay with us this evening. We are a proud people of storytellers, and we would like to hear one of your stories in exchange for our hospitality."
Tristan?
I'm okay to talk to. I've got a decent charisma. I think that's how you use this stuff.
Please, whoever wants to go first. We love hearing about distant lands, and you seem to not be from around here, any of you.
Is it that obvious?
Certainly. It's kind of what I
Just
do.
your clothes are very strange, and some of you aren't human.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, you and this lovely gentleman with the pointy ears.
Well, I come from a magical land of books where I read all the stories I want to read because they're very good. I actually
How do
don't
you
know if
create
they-
your own stories?
How do I create my own stories?
Aren't you worried you're going to miss out just reading about life in a book?
My tail starts twitching real fast. You know what? I had a real nice life, okay? And then they burnt my books down, and I don't know what to do. And maybe you're right. Maybe if I would have read less books, things would have been okay. But it's not okay. None of it's okay because I miss my books. I really do.
Well, we Vistani have a saying: if you aren't going to live your life worthy of telling the story of it, feel free to transcribe the stories of greater people.
Ouch. My heart.
Okay.
What
If I
about
could-
the rest of you?
Go ahead, Tristan.
With that, Tristan will start going into a bit of a story. I come from the lands far from here, from a city known as Greyhawk. And I was talking about Greyhawk, and I go in a little bit of some of the history of the evil lich that leads to the south, and his tomb, his infamous tomb that draws people from all over, and how there are many heroes who've tried to dispatch him but have yet to succeed.
Are you one of these heroes?
Not yet.
Hmm.
The tomb tends
Well,
to move.
I hope you will return to your land and have a chance to try your hand at the tomb. Assuming you can defeat the Devil Strahd, and they kind of point up at Castle Ravenloft that's looking down on you guys from here.
How do you know we're here to talk or fight it?
You wouldn't have been allowed here without Strahd summoning you to fight him.
Do you do this often?
Right?
Not often enough.
Not often enough for someone to win, it sounds like.
Well, at least not often enough for it to be entertaining.
Hmm.
It's always a special event, it feels like.
You know anything about a death house full of ghost children?
We have heard tale of this house. It moves from across the dimensions.
So a story of that would not interest you?
Oh, we like any stories.
Well, on the way in here, you know, we got to go into this ghost house. That's where we got our dog from. He has lots of stories.
Is he a ghost dog?
I don't think so.
Not that we know of.
Lancelot's got his face like buried into this bowl of stew, and he looks up at you, and there's just brown stew drips down his jowls. Like, huh?
I'm gonna go with no, but he is kind of cute, I guess.
And he goes back to grazing.
Oh, my tale would be a cautionary one. A man who believed his purpose in life was to focus on one thing and those around him that he cared about, and lost sight of other things going on about him, so much so that it ended up costing him nearly everything. So be wary of focused attention for far too long on one specific thing.
You're talking about a woman, aren't you?
There's a woman involved, but it was not the woman that was the focus.
Oh.
You're a priest, aren't you?
I wouldn't call myself a priest.
Everyone else would.
I think you used-
A priest has followers and tends to a flock.
All of them.
I don't believe in tending to a flock, nor do I believe in twisting divine word to those that would use it in the name of something else.
I'm gonna pretend like I have popcorn and throw a piece into my mouth and be like, care to elaborate on any of those details? Sounds like you left out some fun stuff.
It's a story. Make up the rest as you wish.
I mean, we're traveling this road together. It might be important for us to know these things to actual detail. Plus, you've gained some of my sympathy, so I would like to know how much I need to care about you.
Is she the woman?
No.
No.
Yep.
Let us say that a woman decided that my fate lie in one direction that I didn't believe it should lie, told a lie in setting my fate in that particular direction, and has caused me no amount of grief and loss that I cannot win back. No matter how much I try, I cannot get back to those I care about.
The Vistani will say, well, it sounds like you two lied together, but did you lie together?
There was no lying. That was what she wished for. And because I spurned her advances, she spurned my existence within the group that I had found myself, turned them against me. They hunt me as though I am a criminal because of what she said to them. They believe her, they will not hear me.
Well, if it makes you feel better, they can't get you here. Maybe you should stay here in the valley, eh?
They can't get me. She might.
My question to you for this, I will bar sarcasm. You have made me feel again, because I feel bad for you, and that you sound almost like you are coming here, being sent here, whatever you want to call it, is not something that is totally awful for you. And kind of group question here now, guys. Who else agrees with that? Because I'm wondering if that has anything to do with why we're all here.
I mean, I'm pretty happy that you're here, but I don't think that matters.
Okay, dog whisperer. You are from this land. Me and my friends here are not. Anyone else have guilty backgrounds?
I doubt the two are connected.
So no guilt in your background?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't have any guilt. I have some people I've upset and some people I'd like to upset some more, but no guilt.
Not trying to escape anyone back home?
No, actually, I have several people back home that I miss and would like to see again, but
that, I would very much so.
I read the chat at the wrong time.
I saw it too.
When you leave for Ravenloft, you'll be missed. I'm glad you're back, Godless Lawyer.
Oh, that was good. Okay, rephrase. Yes, there are several people I would like to see at home as well, but there are also people that the way they make me feel often makes me feel like I want to run away to a different realm to get away from that. Not that I ever would realistically, but you know.
I'll say this. I was able to make a life for myself outside of what they did, except for the fact that I was being had I not stayed on the move, I would have been caught. I am constantly hounded. But I had a way to survive. I didn't wish to necessarily run away. That leaves the ones I care about unprotected. Not that I could do much to protect them. I don't even know if they would believe me or if they believed her.
Drama, drama, drama.
The Vistani guy points at Matthias and says, "What about you? You're being rather taciturn over there."
Stories. It's the games of the gods. We're pieces on a board moving for the entertainment of others. What story do you want to hear?
I want to hear whatever story gave you that wonderfully nihilistic outlook on life.
Alex is playing himself.
Indeed, he is. Running to, running from. It's all smoke and mirrors. I'm just an old soldier looking to reclaim his homeland and find myself in this strange place instead.
Well, old soldier, I think you might be closer than you think.
Time will tell.
What does reclaim your homeland mean?
My village of Pine Creek is in a kingdom in the western reaches, overrun by giants and their armies. So, generations of service to the realm ended in oblivion, of course, as the kingdom of Joff was swept from the map. So, Tristan over there was part of a caravan. We were part of a small group attempting to begin the reclamation of the lands, and found ourselves here, this place with one moon, and strange creatures and vampire lords.
You speak in a lot of riddles, my friend.
Tipping things back the way they should be.
And what of you, noble woman? And they kind of point at Irina. Where'd you get those mosquito bites?
Spend a lot of time outside. Definitely not anything super bad. Nope. Just normal bites. Totally born with them or something.
Oh, you're just saying it's a birthmark that you got outside.
Yes. That.
Everyone's so cagey here. It's like you don't trust Vistani.
When you have my life, you don't trust anyone.
Maybe that is wise. Well, as promised, I have a story as well. And all the Vistani sort of gather around. And he says, a mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing, asking Madame Eva for her portents. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil's Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil's Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value. But the River Ivlis had already spirited him away. No one now knows what happened to the wizard or where he's gone.
Did this wizard have a name?
I don't remember it.
Of course not.
He was an outsider like you. And as you guys are sort of gathered around, over at the main tent, you do see the light kind of flashes red twice. And the storyteller jumps up and he says, "Hey, that's your cue. Madam Eva will see you now."
All of us at once.
All of you at once.
Even her? Points to the person who didn't ask about seeing her. Kidding.
Even her.
Okay.
And he leads you over, and you guys are sort of led into this tent, and magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry wind. "At last you have arrived. It is good to see you, adventurers. I am Madam Eva." And you notice she's shuffling a deck of cards that all of you recognize from your nightmares.
Wait, is she smoking?
She is smoking. "There's no smoking outdoor laws in Barovia. Where do you think the mist comes from?"
That machine right back there.
"You are an inquisitive one, Matthias of Pine Creek.
You listen very well.
You really think these old ears can hear what's going on out there?"
Yes.
Well, then maybe I'll tell you something, Lily Scratch, that you didn't mention while you were out there.
That's
you
fine.
come from the realm of Landolin. The last person you saw before you came here, who wasn't a Vistani, was Shanley Sandstone, the gnomish merchant. You talked the rhinoceros down, I believe. And you, Tristan, the fire spinner, you work for a great wizard back in your realm. You're an agent of balance, right? And Tyrion, you are with the Order of the Radiant something, the Radiant Guard?
Was.
May yet be. These are all things that Madame Eva has foreseen. And Irina Kolyana, you are the one the devil is trying to make his bride. He's come to you twice. He will come to you again. He will take what he wants if these brave heroes don't band together. And there is Beetlejaw there in the back, minding his own business. I apologize. Edric is his name that he is known to you. He is a Caliban from the Verdurous realms, another place very much like Barovia, trapped in the mist. But I haven't brought you here through the multiverse to tell you your names or your past. I have brought you here to tell you your futures. Not to Barovia, but to this tent I have brought you. The devil brought you here. But he doesn't know that you have the best chance I've yet seen of being his undoing. He thinks that he's brought you here to play a game. But fate has brought you here for something much more daunting than a game.
Of course it has. Of course she has.
You speak of your goddess, yes?
Yeah. Slight nod of the head, yes.
She's a real piece of work, that one.
Oh, tell me about it.
Now, and she kind of pulls out this deck of cards and she rolls it flat on the table. And she says, I would like each of you to step forward and draw 2 of these cards. Except for you, Irina. Your part to play in this is a little more solid.
Forward and draw 2 cards.
It's very admirable of you, Matthias, to go first.
I'll step up after him. Take another 2.
I'll go ahead.
Good, good.
Only live once, right? Step up.
Some of you only live once.
What?
Give her an odd look at that.
And then Beetlejaw will step forward and he'll draw 2 cards as well. And she takes your guys' the cards that you've drawn and she flips them up. She flips the first one over. And she says, player characters, please write some of this down because it's very important.
Wow.
Uh,
Speaking to the metaverse, are we?
The heroes are like, I don't know who she's talking to.
she's crazy. Pay her no attention.
And she flips the first card over and she says, this card tells of history. Knowing of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She flips it. The 3 of stars. I see a kneeling woman. A rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. She moves on to the second card. And she says, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection. A holy symbol of great hope. She flips it over. The 3 of coins. The trader. Look to the wizard of wines. In wood and sand the treasure hides. She draws another card. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. Madame Eva's face darkens. The 8 of glyphs. Well, that is a pity. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. She flips over another card. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. The ghost, a sad portent. I see a fallen paladin of a fallen order of knights. He lingers like a ghost in a dead dragon's lair. His heart is full of love and vengeance. She flips the next card over. She says, your enemy, the devil, is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. The Executioner. That does not bode well for you, intrepid heroes. He sees you, even now. I see a dark figure on a balcony, looking down upon this tortured land with a twisted smile. And she gestures over to you, Lily, and she says, please, flip over this card, step forward.
Step forward hesitantly.
Don't be shy. Come on, darling. Flip it over. And when you flip it over, you see there is this picture of this resplendent, visceral werewolf. It says the beast on the bottom of the card. She says, oh, the one you love most has been taken by a werewolf. Seek out their lair near a place touched by madness. I think you will find her to be more and less than you remember.
I drop the card and can I just leave the tent? Or do I have to stay?
No, you can leave the tent if you want.
Okay, I leave.
Tristan, come forth.
Step up.
This card. Flip it over.
What's the laughing rogue have planned for me now? Flip it over.
You see there's a man who is sort of hobbled and walking along, bent over with a crooked staff. And it says the broken one on the bottom of that card. And she says, I see a deer, gifted with magical powers and a broken mind. Someone very close to you, I think, Tristan of Greyhawk. Seek him out, and he will be of some assistance to you. And then Beetlejosh, he calls forward, and she flips over his card. And it has this goblet on it, and beneath it, it says artifact. And she says, well, this is curious. You, too, have a loved one here in Barovia. Though I feel you think there are none alive who carry love in their hearts for you. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems.
I have a monkey.
Son of a monkey.
Matthias, she sort of gestures you forward.
Okay.
There's only 2 cards left that haven't been flipped over, and she points to one for you.
Okay. Flip it.
And there is a knight with a large shield and a sword in his hand, and it says the warrior underneath that. And she looks at it, and she looks at you for a long, hard moment. She says, you do not have a loved one in this cursed land. At least not one that you have loved in a very long time. You have returned to this place. Seek out the Temple of White Sun if you wish to learn more about the ties which bind you. And then Tyrion, she points and she says, there's only 1 card left.
And it matters if I flip it or you do.
What does your goddess say?
I tend to try not to listen to her as I step forward and just kind of slap it down.
It's the 5 of coins, and you see there is this person sort of in a rich merchant's outfit with the, Henry VIII beret, and it says the guild member. She says, I see a traitor in need of forgiveness. A woman held in darkness, not of the body, but of the mind. Her education is not yet complete.
Yeah. Confirms a few suspicions I've had.
I'm happy I can ease your suspicions.
I didn't say ease, Madam Ava. I said confirm.
You are wiser than you know, Tyrion Vale. And she kind of cranes her neck, and you could tell she feels sort of drained from this process. She says, Madam Eva has given all that she can give to you heroes. I ask that you allow me to retire for the evening. Feel free to stay amongst us. Come to some kind of peace. Your journey will be arduous.
You think the devil will turn a blind eye to our being in your camp this eve?
Oh, I think so. He knows not to come here.
Interesting.
Leave me. She kind of gestures for you guys to leave the tent.
Step out of the tent.
I'm still right at the entrance. I'm going to say I didn't go far enough not to be able to kind of hear, but I didn't want to be in there anymore. So I see them. I'm not far.
And you guys find yourself together at the end of the Taroka reading. I apologize.
I want to stay the night here, but I would like to find my sister.
Is that who's missing from Madame Ava's divinations?
I would assume so. I only care about one person. I haven't seen her in quite some time, though. I left home when I studied, so. I'm sure the rest of you want to go figure out what's going on, too.
Not super thrilled, but would like to put an end to a few things. But we can't do this by ourselves. We can't just go running off after those we were told needed us.
So why don't we all help each other work our way to the castle eventually?
What do you guys say?
Well, my first duty is to make sure that we get Irina over to the town.
Yeah.
Past that, we can determine as a group, but
Yeah. Supposedly this place is safe for the night.
no, I'm sure it's as safe as any other place could be,
Well,
if not more, just because of sheer numbers.
no, there has to be something about the Vistani and Strahd. I mentioned it to Matthias before we left town, that I thought there's some connection there.
Sorry.
That's how Matthias feels about it, really?
No, that's
I'm kidding. I know. I read it.
Godless Lawyer has the worst timing, or the best, whatever you want to figure out.
slice it.
It was a good timed laugh. Like, all right, so he's up to something.
Resting lich face. I'm sorry. It was right there.
It was very good. How far away is this town
Biased
again?
left, but you know, Kevin was all. Yeah, that was.
I think we have another day's travel before.
Yeah,
we
you have
reach-
another day's travel before you reach there.
Okay, and you said that I would find them in a cave to the north.
She said, "You will seek out their lair near a place touched by madness," is what she said.
Oh, that's fun.
The Ravenloft.
Literally.
As with any divination, it's cryptic.
But it's
We'll need-
probably not wrong.
We'll need to discern what information we can based on these clues and then figure out what we can. But for tonight, I'd like to rest. My mind is tumbling and I don't know how much I'll actually sleep.
Fine. Where are we sleeping? Like, do we have tents for ourselves, or do we all have to sleep? Like,
Let's just have a bedroll.
Yep.
wait, did that come with our rations?
Depends on if you had it.
Right. It was part of my starting equipment.
Yep,
Oh.
mine too.
Not mine.
Me as well.
Okay, can I, like,
Yeah, this is the camp, so you guys are free to break off and camp down wherever you want.
the fact that this has movable other pieces, I am concerned.
This is Madame Ava's tent, and then the rest of it is just Vistani tents and wagons, and they're kind of just spread out all over the place.
I'm gonna take up a position by the fire. Kind of unroll my bedroll, but I'm also going to pull out my jeweler's tools and the pendant that I believe Lily ended up handing me,
Mhm.
and kind of look it over and begin tweaking it, working it, trying basically as a way. He's using it as a way to meditate and focus on something other than the turmoil of thoughts rolling through his head. So keeping his hands busy so as his mind does not focus on what he doesn't want it to focus on.
Cool. Yeah, the pendant is it's pretty worn. It seems like it's been handed down a couple of generations. But you're able to work on the hinges, and you're able to sort of clean up the silver and make it a nicer sort of piece, all in all.
Oh, the one with I can do work on that one too. I was specifically referring to the one that was
Oh, Alara's,
yes.
the platinum one. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can work on the other one too, the one for Morgan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can work that too. And basically anything that thing. And if the Vistani have anything that they want worked, he'll probably just start tinkering with that as well.
A couple of them will bring over a couple of things. One of them brings over their accordion that sounds like it needs fixed.
I will.
I kind of look at them and I go, nope, that's not my department. I'm sorry.
I'll offer Lily my bedroll and say a bedroll is a luxury for an old soldier. You can hopefully sleep a little easier. I'll just prop my backpack up as a pillow and curl up by the fire.
Thank you. So I will probably, I'm going to stick by the fire too with everyone, but go off a little bit behind them and take the grimoire that I found out and start reading through that.
Cool.
I'm going to find a Vistani gentleman to talk to.
Heck yeah.
You find a couple of Vistani gentlemen to talk to.
So
Kind of eye him over my book.
just kind of engage in some small talk, and as we're doing that, I'm going to try to veer the conversation to the wizard who came to visit, and describe a wizard that I know from back home. Bald gentleman with a goatee and unique staff, and see if it kind of rings a bell with them.
You do see a light of recognition in their eyes. They're like, yeah. Is he a dick too? Because like the one that we met was real mean and like self-centered and like real arrogant. He kept casting spells that he named after himself.
Oh God.
I think his name was like Melancholic or like Mortuary or like. It sounded made up. Whatever his name was, it was not a Vistani name.
I'm sure it wasn't. After I get the confirmation, I want to veer the conversation away from that a little bit and just kind of, when I see the guy with the accordion, I kind of flag him on over and I do what I can to help maybe fix it, repair it, tune it, something.
He shoots you a wink. He seems very enamored of your company.
I'm very enamored with his company as well.
He says, do you play?
Yeah, accordion, no. I do play though. And I kind of move my bag a little bit so he can see that I've got my panpipes and my lute and a few other musical instruments.
And he kind of shoots you a dusky look, and he's like, "Are you a percussionist or a blower?"
Oh.
Hi-oh.
I'm sort of an expert with woodwinds.
Dun, dun.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Woodwinds. You're matching my energy. I got you. And he'll try to ply you with some wine and some music.
And Tristan is agreeable to that.
Nice. He'll sort of point at his wagon after a couple hours of cavorting and be like, we can go back to mine if you don't want to sleep on the ground.
Awful generous of you.
Oh, it's that Vistani hospitality everybody hears about.
I'm sure it is. I'm looking forward to enjoying your hospitality.
And you guys go off to enjoy each other's hospitality.
I don't know. I wish I had a wand like Harry Potter wand so I could send up fireworks or
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Wow. At least someone's making the most out of their time here.
So, Irina, do you have someplace to stay in the town that we're taking you to? Did your brother set something up?
I know people there. I should be able to find something. Nothing was set up, but I should be able to.
People you trust to keep you safe from Strahd?
I believe he wanted me to stay with the priest. So Father Petrovich should be able to keep me, I would think.
Well, we saw what happened at your cathedral back in Barovia. Hopefully, whatever divine deigns to shine its light upon that place does so in a stronger way than the one we left behind.
The church there is said to be a safe haven from evil. So if I stay in there, he shouldn't be able to get in there.
I look over at Matthias. I guess it's our job to get her there then.
Yeah.
Is Beetlejaw near us?
He's sitting over by the riverbank, and he looks like he's looking out across the water in deep thought.
Okay. I'll let you guys keep talking real quick.
Deep thought with Beetlejuice.
Human.
Human. I want to say that I get up to go talk to him because I want to share with someone who I kind of trust that I really no longer care about getting this girl to where she needs to go because I am a very selfish person. And so I'll slam my book down because I'm angry and it's not getting me what I want. So I go over there and sit next to him and be like, listen, I don't really care about this girl anymore. And I want to go find my sister. And I imagine, like, what do you like? I'm asking him for advice on how he's handling this because someone was mentioned for him too.
I will let you guys have this conversation when he comes back.
That's fine. I just wanted to say that's where I'm at.
Cool. We'll probably do a jump cut back to this conversation.
Retcon.
I'm just trying not to leave him out just because he's not here.
Flashback.
Naruto flashback to something that happened 5 minutes ago.
Oh God.
So yeah, the evening sort of passes rather uneventfully for most of you.
It's a long rest.
It is going to be a long rest, yep.
Okay.
You all eventually settle down to rest for the night, and the Vistani carry on until well past midnight, but after a time, silence eases over the encampment. The fires slowly die down, and Madame Eva's puzzling words worm their way into your minds. The path ahead of you seems dark and fraught with peril. You can't imagine why fate has propelled you down this road, but it seems like you are on a collision course with destiny. Night seeps in as the last of the fires go out. Those on watch only hear the quiet snoring of the camp and the chirping of crickets, until this low guttural noise creeps along the periphery of the camp. It rises, a crescendo of rolling croaks and groans, until you see a group of twisted creatures emerging from the tree line. They scuttle forward on all fours, leaping out to attack whoever is close. They look like this.
No.
Yeah.
No, jeez.
That's awesome. Instantly takes out Notepad before everyone guts them.
Scary creature.
Yeah, I'm exiting out of that. I don't need that.
Oh, they're not supposed to be that big.
Oh dear Lord.
So you guys can go ahead and start rolling initiative while I get the tokens all situated.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be one of those nights, I bet, where we just have to freeze frame for a week mid-battle. It's my favorite. Get it?
That's a bad use of a natural 20.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's not, but it is.
Well, I'll trade you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 10. I'm in second place. This isn't a good start.
This is what happens when you get distracted, Tristan. Okay? You can't. You cannot realistically go first whenever.
Where are my pants?
Where are my pants? Cast pants.
That
It
needs,
won't let me roll it that way.
that needs to be a bard spell. I mean, seriously.
Oh, it rolled, Cat. It's I see an 8.
Oh, okay.
You just have to make sure you put your cursor on your token and it'll add you automatically.
Okay.
Backwards men get a 5.
Ew, I can't handle that they're called backwards men.
Ugh.
All right, Tyrion, you're up first.
Okay. Question for mechanics 6. Have we gotten our long rest?
Not all the way, no.
Okay,
Dang
so
it! So how do I fix that? Because I hit the thing. So what does that mean? Is
Oh,
it a
I think
short
you were
rest?
at full hit points, weren't you?
I was at 18.
Oh,
I
so
was
just mark
21.
down 18.
the-
Okay.
And your spell slots recover after a
Yeah.
short rest, so you're
Okay.
good.
mine, however, do not. So, all right. Seeing as how they are not near us yet, I will go ahead and cast Bless. I'll grab my the amulet that I wear around my neck. from out beneath my armor and place a sigil of a hammer striking an anvil on Matthias, Lily, and Beetlejaw. So they all can add a d4 to any attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends. And Matthias, your sword is still magical since we haven't taken a long rest.
Awesome.
I'm gonna put little lightning bolts on everybody who's blessed. Beetlejaw, Matthias, and Lily.
Yes.
Where's Lily?
Right next to down
Oh, I see her.
close for me.
There's too many tokens.
There's a lot of tokens. So that's going to be my turn.
Awesome. Are you gonna move, or are you happy hanging out there?
I am happy hanging out here. I want to kind of be a wall between myself and any of the Vistani deeper into the camp.
Matthias.
All right, roll to my feet. That takes half. Excuse me, half the movement.
Yep.
And shouting, alarm, because I don't know who else in the camp is aware that we're under attack. And I will try to lay into that one with a longsword attack.
Sounds good. Forgot to put colors on them. That's a new concept to me. I don't have color tokens on my at-home games.
I do.
Everybody's a glass bead.
Oh, shit.
I've got these really cool magnetic tokens that actually connect to the bottom of my miniatures.
Oh, that's so cool. A 22 will hit Matthias on the orange one.
23 for 4.
23 for 4.
I forgot the magic already. That's not good.
Don't forget the magic.
Red, blue, green, orange. What are
God.
the colors in order, guys? Just so I don't have to keep ducking back and forth. I've got red, blue, green, orange, purple.
Purple,
We have one
Ragey Biv.
uncolored one.
violet. Could just do white.
You could have one uncolored one, probably.
I've got one uncolored one.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so orange takes 4 points of damage. You come rushing up, Matthias, and you sink the sword deep into him. And when the sword goes in that deep, you see a tentacle sprouts out of the sword wound
Ugh.
and begins flailing around.
That's not
Irina.
Okay. I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna hit green one.
Cool.
Maybe.
I believe in you.
Probably not. Nope.
7's not going to hit.
Not gonna do anything then.
So you come zipping up and you stab out with your rapier, and it drops low on all fours and it scuttles forward some more towards you.
Okay.
Lily.
So as thanks for giving me some sort of blessing, I want to give Tyrion the protection from evil and good back since it's worn off.
Cool.
Wait, before I do that, would I know if these things are part of what this spell protects from?
You can roll an Arcana check for me. What's your total? Sorry, I'm looking something up.
14.
With a 14, you know that, yes, protection against from good and evil and good would protect against these guys.
All right. So there you go, Tyrion.
Cool. Thank you.
And it is a touch spell, so you have to go over there by him.
See, I don't hate you. I have to find you first.
Right here.
Thank you. Now I have to find me. There I am. Okay. I guess I won't stand in the fire. Wait, aren't I like immune to fire or something?
You take half damage to it.
Oh, okay.
So you rush over and you touch Tyrion with your protection from good and evil and good spell. And then the backwards men attack.
Great.
Orange is going to take a tentacle attack at Matthias. He's actually going to get 2 tentacle attacks as the tentacle from the sword wound and the tentacle in his mouth erupts out, and they both try to latch you.
Nasty.
We'll
But-
see.
14 for the first one,
No.
and 8 for the second one. They both
Good
miss.
more no.
The green one's going to attack Irina.
Can they not and say that they did?
Well,
Alright.
these guys are one of the few that are allowed to attack Irina.
He didn't hit me.
He missed. This one's going to go wide, and it's going to jump on this Vistani guy.
Oh no.
Don't the Vistani guys.
Ooh, and it kills the Vistani guy.
Oh,
Vistani guy.
So the blue one
Crit.
comes scuttling over. He jumps and he sticks to the wagon, just like completely like Spider-Man sticks to it, and the tentacle wraps out. It wraps around the Vistani guy's head, and it pops it like a grape.
oh.
And this tentacle is going to come over here to eat this Vistani lady.
Are there so many? This seems unfair.
And it kills that Vistani lady. So it comes over, it jumps on her, it puts her on the ground, and the tentacle just spikes right through her mouth into the ground.
Oh my gosh.
This one's going to jump on Matthias.
Hey now.
Since he's waving a sword around or whatever. 9's not going to hit. And these ones in the back, they're going to take the wide way around. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. And they completely move on their back hands. It's crazy. It's gross and weird and very Japanese horror movie.
Mm.
And he kills that one. Flip.
It's not a good night for the Vistani.
All right, Tristan. You wake up in the wagon hearing screams of attack from Matthias.
So for my move action, I'm pulling on my pants.
Nice.
And at the wagon door, I'm going to unleash a cloud of daggers
Awesome.
at the purple one.
Your Vistani friend's name is Miroslav.
And I'm going to push Miroslav behind me. So he will hopefully not get killed by these horrible, horrible creatures. Cloud of daggers.
Cloud of daggers.
The purple one.
Oh, he just takes that damage. He doesn't get a save or anything. Ooh.
Good.
So just gonna draw those daggers real quick here on the map. Boop.
I need to get a cool little icon for my cloud of daggers.
Yeah, I do need to get one. Purple takes 11 points of damage. Ow. And you have gained purple's attention. It looks at you and it goes to shriek, but then the tentacle that erupts out of its mouth flails and it makes this horrible like noise.
Okay, Zoidberg.
I forgot to roll initiative for Beetlejaw, like a dummy. I'm gonna put him at the end, but I just need to roll him in. All right, so Tristan, are you gonna do anything with your bonus action, Tristan, or are you happy?
I'm gonna finish grabbing my armor and stuff. That's
Cool. That's cool with me. Beetlejaw will jump up from where he's lying with Lancelot. He will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he will attack purple.
Sweet. I need some backup over here. There's a whole bunch over the side.
Nice.
And he does hit. Purple takes 5 more points of slashing damage. So Beetlejaw comes rushing in. He draws his sword on the way, and he skewers into Purple. And as he skewers in, another tentacle erupts from the sword wound. And he kind of swears and drops back into a defensive stance. Tyrion.
All right. I look back. I look at Lily. I nod. Help Beetlejaw. I've got Matthias.
Will do.
I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this yellow one here, trying to get its attention so that it doesn't attack the Vistani woman that's over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
You don't manage to hit it with your Sacred Flame, but you have gained its attention.
Right.
So you
As
kind of
my-
raise your hands, and the
Yep.
magic fires off, and it ducks down. It drops, and it kind of scuttles forward on all of its fingers and toes.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to place my spiritual weapon there and attack the non-colored backwards walker.
Let me go grab your hammer.
Yep.
The hammer of Grokthog.
By Grabthar's hammer.
I can't remember
Oh.
the quote. So I apologize.
You're not Beetlejaw. You're Tyrion. There you go. All right, what's the hammer get to attack? 13? 13 will hit.
6 damage.
So the hammer comes whipping down. It crashes into its body. Since it's bludgeoning damage, it doesn't grow another tentacle.
Oh, sure. Sword bias. I see how it is.
Yep. Sword bias.
Usually that goes the other way. Since the Vistani didn't get to take a turn, they're going to start running away.
Wise choice.
Bravely run away.
Bravely ran away.
Except for Miroslav, he's going to hang out in the wagon because he feels safe there.
There's no place for him to really go except past those.
Lancelot steps forward and starts barking defensively over the Vistani behind him. He looks very tough and very brave. Be a shame if the GM killed him.
Don't you?
Elias.
All right. I'm going to attack orange again.
You do have your bless, so go. Oh wait, you don't need it because you have a magic sword.
Yes.
12 will hit, and you do 10 points of slashing damage to orange.
Yeah.
And 2 more tentacles erupt out of its body.
2 more. Goodness gracious.
Are these things killable?
They're losing pieces, but their pieces are being replaced by tentacles, so you're not sure exactly what's going on.
I'm going to take my action surge and attack that one again.
Okay.
Is there too many of those things running around? $15 for 5.
15 for 5. That's actually enough to kill orange.
One
So
down.
the sword comes through. How do you finish him off?
As another pair of tentacles begin to burst forth, just dig deep and swing with a mighty cleave, sort of just bisect the torso, and walking man falls to the ground, never to stir again.
The one beside you, when his friend dies, you do see these like platinum silver tears start dropping out of his upside down face.
Interesting.
And he lets out this like noise. Irina,
I'm gonna slash him again.
I believe in you.
You gotta stop saying that because every time you say that, I don't roll well.
Why he does
So stop believing in me.
Go ahead and roll again without me believing you.